Would you like to play a game?
Sergeant Sacker, listen to me. We've traced the call. It's coming from inside the house.
The caller is in the house.
The calls are coming from the house.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Now stay on the line.
Hello, everyone. Remember, we're here.
We're here.
Were you looking over there?
No.
I saw your head turn.
Accusing me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Stay on the Line, a horror genre podcast.
Ooh.
Where we talk about something horror genre related every week, usually on Thursdays. I am Terrah Card.
I am Sunny Daze.
And we have, I think the microphones are decent now.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
We have a mixer now.
We have a mixer. Everything should be good. And you know what? I don't even have to talk that loud. I also didn't realize the cardioid. I didn't have it on cardioid for the microphones.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
Basically, like suppress everything else except for the
so
front of the microphone. And we have oh my god, sync clap. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Yeah. That's so much better. Wow. How are you?
That's very nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Second try, look at that.
Also, I feel like my coochie is right up in the camera. So, Sunny, what's the tea?
I dressed today.
The same as usual. You wore that yesterday, didn't you?
I wore the jacket.
Oh, okay.
What's under it is different. What's under is Lady Fest.
Also, hello, I'm Terrah Card.
Hi, I'm Sunny Daze. We did this.
Yeah, oh, okay, I wasn't sure. I just told you I lost a water bottle that I don't think I really lost.
You just drank juice.
No, really. What have you been up to?
Sleeping, working.
I'm shocked.
Fuck off. I woke up early yesterday.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
You know what? And it was probably a story to something you said. This isn't the same thing that I was probably thinking of because I forgot it. But you said I went and... Did you know what? We had to take like standardized testing in high school. It's not like the CAT thingy that y'all had to take. What was that one?
FCAT.
FCAT. It wasn't like that. It was like the verb, something like that. Something. It started with a V. I feel like
was it Pensacola or?
I didn't grow up in America. This was like overseas stuff.
I thought you graduated from America though.
Nope.
No, you graduated over there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I graduated college here. Twice.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, I don't know what your standardized testing would be.
I forgot what it was called. And we take it every year, every year. And it's not really like to hell you back. It's just like to show you like what you know.
Your progress and everything.
And this fucking new kid, Ignacio or something, I think was his name. And it was like, I think his third day. And he goes...
Spanish?
It was a Hispanic name, yeah.
So would it be Ernesto? Or?
No, it was a unique kind of Spanish name.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It started with a G. Yeah, it was...
Jeronimo?
Oh. It was a unique Spanish name.
Gotcha.
So I remember he fucking pissed himself and just went, Miss Vale, I went. So when you said I went, I quote that. No one else is gonna know what that means. I went. Like he pissed himself. I went.
That's kind of cute though. Like not that pissing themselves, but like just.
Well, he was just like,
I went.
Yeah. Okay. What else have you been doing? You started your sentence off with "I went."
I went to the mall.
Okay.
I talked to your mom.
Yes.
We went out to dinner.
Yeah, we ate somewhere. We're not sponsored.
We're not sponsored, but it was Sake
Even
Cafe. It was good.
You still shouted it out. I'm screaming.
It was good.
Sake Cafe, yeah.
Hung out with you for a little bit, and then I went to work.
Yeah. You were supposed to allegedly sleep over last Thursday and never came. And then on Friday, you said you would come, and then you never hung out.
I sleep, and I do it hard, and we're
this
best
bitch,
friends.
If she could sleep longer than a rock, she would.
Oh my God. When they say, like, who can... I would be Sleeping Beauty, and I would love it.
But that was a willingly choice. You'd be like, can I have apples?
Girl, if she's like, touch the spindle, I'd be like...
No, wait, Sleeping Beauty didn't eat the apple.
No, she does a spindle.
That was the...
Snow White.
I get them confused, honestly.
Snow White and Sleeping Beauty?
Because there's both parts where they're both, like, laying down.
Oh, okay.
Kind of pass the fuck out.
Yeah.
Hey, Sonny, what are we talking about? I'm doing... Okay,
Sorry.
I cried at work today. Not because of work-related things, because...
Of other related things. Life-related things.
Yeah.
We're grown people. Money.
If you want to subscribe to the Patreon, you can.
There's a $1, there's a $3, and there's a $7
tier. And you know what I started doing? I started putting credits at the end.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at
I
you.
was like, why not? Why not put credits of
Fancy.
y'all at the end? Is it fancy? I don't know. I couldn't even figure out how to scroll it. Okay, go, Sunny.
We are talking about the movie Midnight, which is a Korean thriller.
Thriller horror, yeah.
Yeah.
It was classified as a horror.
That's scary.
That's the tree, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
it's
it
hitting your
storming
window
out there?
pane.
Well, isn't it like
It's
a
windy.
storm
It's very
coming?
windy. I think so.
That was scary. Right when we were
Oh
saying
my
horror. See, I'm spiking over.
You sound like a dying.
Let's move this.
You sound like a dying fart.
Who knew a fart could die?
It could be killer.
Clocking mama. Okay, what are we
Okay,
talking
let's
about?
say
Holy fuck.
Midnight.
We're 12 minutes into this bitch.
Midnight from 2021. It's a Korean horror thriller. The synopsis that they give us is a serial killer ruthlessly hunts down a deaf woman through the streets of South Korea after she witnesses his brutal crime.
Okay, and who is this? Who is this starring?
Girl, I don't know. They don't say names, but let's say the names.
Do you want me to attempt it? Are you too nervous?
No, I got this. No, I don't got this. Here you go.
Sorry in advance.
We are
I know
not
how to
Koreans.
pronounce Japanese names,
Korean names,
Spanish names,
different inflections.
Italian names. Do not know how to do Korean names. So sorry. We have Wee Hanjun, who plays Do. Which, by the way, we don't hear really anyone's names in this movie. So my notes were just like brother, sister, main girl, mom,
the way we
stalker.
got their name was like the subtitles. And
Which
that
it
was
just
the
said,
weirdest part.
It just said mother. She was mothering. Who plays Do Shik, who is like the stalker. I guess he was in what was that really popular show? They were track shoots.
Tracksuits.
Yeah.
Oh, Squid Game.
Squid Game. Yeah, I was like, game Squid.
Game Boy.
Do you play the game?
Game of
the game
Thrones.
box, the X Cube. We have Park Hoon, who is Jung Tak So's older brother, Jin Ki-jo, who plays Ki-jo Jin. Or it says two names for her.
That's fine. Just let's do the main one.
She's the main girl. Oh, your thing's doing something. Sojun, who I think that's the
little sister.
The sister,
Played
by Kim Haeyeon. I'm so sorry. A lot of names before we get to the mother, who I feel like is the main
one of the 5 main characters.
She is just mother, played by Kil Han-yeon.
Mother.
Those are our main characters, and so the mother. Before we're not going to spoil anything right yet, but this was something of a point of contention for me, and it is they have quote unquote a deaf person as the lead, a deaf person, a hard of hearing person as the lead. And then the mother is hard of hearing too.
But none of them are deaf.
And in real life, they are not hard of hearing. I don't think I like that.
This did not gross well in box offices.
Oh, yeah.
Just to tell you right now.
We'll get back to my point. What were you? What?
Yeah, it grossed 47,000.
How much was the budget? It couldn't have been that high.
I don't know. They rented out a whole street, so.
I mean, yeah. Well, obviously, they were running back and forth.
Yeah, girl. This was parkour energy everywhere.
This just was track and field. Okay, so this is mid.
While I look up, make your point about. Also, the other thing.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's
no.
Kind of a gag. Oh no! It says their box office was 800,000. Where did you get that number?
From IMDb. It said gross only 47,000.
This one says box office 814,000.
What was the budget?
Yeah. Okay, I'm getting different numbers. Worldwide, it was 789,000. I cannot find the budget on this. It actually really bothers me. It was a Netflix movie, I believe.
Oh, so
no, was it?
Was it?
I ain't watching it on no fucking Netflix.
I thought it was Amazon.
Yeah, we watched it on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
I can't find the budget, but the budget probably was. It had to be like
800,000.
Yeah, it either broke even or they made a little bit under. So yeah, this movie features a deaf woman as the lead. Well, it's supposed to be a deaf woman as the lead character and their mother,
who is also deaf.
But they are not deaf in real life. How do you feel about that? I don't like that.
I feel also. Well, it depends on how many people auditioned. Because if there was no deaf people that auditioned, they had to pick what they had. That's the first point. If they had a lot of deaf people, then... Because also you got to pick for the role. You can't just be like, oh, because it's a deaf movie, we have to have a deaf person. Even if it's the worst actress or actor.
Okay, I think that it is wrong because there's millions of people in South Korea, right?
Uh-huh.
And I feel like it's easier to probably to find a good or decent deaf actor than it is to train someone sign language. Like, it's probably easier to teach someone
new sign language. Because some people have deaf relatives, so... Or they just want to learn sign language. It's also a language.
But what I'm saying is most people who probably, like, would do a role like this are probably learning sign language for this role. So what? They would rather, hey, do you know sign language for this role? You don't have to be deaf. Like, that would, I don't know. On the call sheet, if they need a deaf person, right, they would have that in the call sheet. They wouldn't just go, you're doing this role where you're playing a deaf woman.
What if they had a mix, like, of deaf and hearing people?
If that's their plot point, right, and for story purposes, it would be more impactful if it was someone deaf. Because I feel like maybe they didn't have someone deaf in the writing room, which we didn't even say the director, the writer, which we probably should. Something about how they wrote this person, these two people, and their disability, it didn't feel like a very, like...
It was disconnected. Because, like you said, it was, at the beginning, she was very confident, very well... She
seemed very confident, like, was, like, signing, like, I will fuck you up and all this shit to these, like, these men who are being very sleazy to her. But then she's just written later, like...
Very helpless.
Helpless. And that's how a lot of people view people with disabilities in general, is very helpless and that they need a lot of help and no one understands them. I feel like it would have been a very triumphant moment if the audience as a whole viewing this would not have that perspective, and they were like, oh wow, like, if you're deaf you could overpower someone like this, and you could, like, obviously she gets, spoiler alert,
in the writer room,
but
the director and the writer are the same person.
Okay.
Oh Song Kwan,
I'm assuming they might not be deaf.
They might not be, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like maybe someone, and if y'all can correct us if we're wrong, could, like, maybe they needed someone who was deaf in the writing room. I found out the mother wasn't deaf because I was watching an interview of her just talking, and I was like, oh, okay, and no one was signing to her. Oh, first of all, do you recommend this movie?
This wouldn't be, like, the first thing I would recommend.
Okay.
It'd be, like, my, like, 8th or 12th choice.
So who would you recommend it for?
People with low blood pressure, because it will rise it very fast because you're frustrated.
You know what? Put a bunch of teenagers in a room, like on Halloween or something, like, or like a Friday night. And, you know, just have them, like, go...
Popcorn and everything.
It's very much like Kids Bop. Very Kids Bop movie. Kids Bop horror is what I call it. Like, if you're into if you're into horror movies, or, like, you want to get into horror movies, try this one out. I'm going to let y'all know, watching this movie, I felt like I was watching a fucking football game or a soccer game.
Because your emotions go up and down.
I stood up and I was annoyed at one point. And I was like, no!
Not this.
No! And not because of, like... something egregious happened. It was just I was frustrated with the writing. So yeah, we're gonna go into some spoilers right now. We're gonna talk about some of the movies. So we have four characters.
Mom counts, so 5.
Oh, I forgot about the killer. Yeah, we have 5. I wasn't
You're like, killer's a given.
Yeah, I guess.
I will say he was a very good villain. Like, the emotional range that he switched to was good.
I would not... Okay, yeah. So we have 5 characters.
Just the writing was bad, but he, as an actor,
but even his writing was like...
His writing
boy, you can't get away with everything. First of all, if you're going to be a serial killer, if you get away once, right?
Leave.
After, like, being, like, kind of, like, in the presence of police and they know what you look like, leave.
Go to a different
Why are you still walking around? Leave.
You made your choice. You almost got caught. Leave. But I don't know. It's some people's personalities are stubborn, so they want to stay and be like, I want to cut ties.
I would have fucked his shit up. That skinny little twink. I would have, first of all, his balls would have become extra Adam's apples, because I would have kicked them bitches so far up into his throat.
Everyone but the brother of the other girl were
The brother of the sister.
Of the person of the we don't know the name of was very like skinny and twinkish.
Yeah.
Like I don't think anyone could rock
Referring
anyone.
not grandma. Referring to a mother as twinkish is kind of crazy.
Not her, but I meant like the police officers.
Yeah, and then like the military people later on.
Other than
that bothered me.
Him as a killer was not
the killer. The killer is escaping.
It's not good.
Well, you said you liked him as the killer, so what did you not? These seem like conflicting things.
I love the way he acted and the way he did his role, but like the reality of it is, he was a small, skinny waif of a person.
He was a skater boy. She said, "See you later, boy."
And if people didn't beat him up less than they did,
they could have.
He would have been dead.
Overpowered him.
Yes, like he went after women. Because he could not beat up men. Okay. We can tell.
Well, no, but he killed a guy in the beginning of the movie. Remember, he was like dead in the car. I will say that was creepy. But one thing I don't like,
yes,
right? I don't want to know who the killer looks like right away.
He had a mask.
No.
Until he took it off.
The movie opens up with this woman. She's trying to get a taxi.
She's fighting with her boyfriend.
Creepy van pulls up with TikTok lights in it. Guy's like, I can take you home, and she's like,
that's the first smart thing she did, and then
the only smart
thing she did is like, no, I don't know you, I'm gonna find my own ride, and then both van doors open.
Well, she's like walking away.
And she's talking to her boyfriend, saying, "Oh, I forgive you," because he's apologizing for being a dick or something, and the doors open. She doesn't hear it, like She's not reacting to any of this until she hears a voice coming from the van saying, "Help me,
help me, help me,
help me, save me,
help me, fuck me." She goes into the van and like she does see like a dead body in there and realizes it's not the body. I feel like it would have been creepier, right? If we didn't see like we could have had like the window rolled down, right? But we don't see his face. We just see that it's like dark in the car.
Yeah, and just the voice.
He's like, "Hey, do you want to ride home?" And she's like, "I'm fine." And then, like, when she's, like, leaning into the car, and then, like, maybe you just see the silhouette of his face. Or, like, like, just, like, a black figure, like, silhouette, and then, like, him leaning in, that's like, help me. That would have been creepier.
Yes. But
Let's add that.
We just get a scene of her trying to flee the van.
Talk about that, Sonny.
You want to be in the film room?
Oh, clearly someone else needed to be in there if there's one writer.
Girl, that's it?
He was probably like, this is my child.
I do it how I want. Which was not good.
Literally me.
Very bad.
Literally. And I have the same mentality, sir. It's okay. Yeah, and then we're introduced to our... We're introduced to... I'm going to say Kay, because I know her name starts with a K. Kay and
Jay?
So. No, So is the...
brother?
Is the other girl.
Okay.
So we're introduced to both of their characters, like, equally, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm thinking we're going to get a equal kind of story. The whole time. We do not. And I feel like that was a missed opportunity. Like, they could have been bonding together. Because obviously at the end of the movie, she learned sign language, so you could...
Who does?
So
we gotta start using name, because we can't just keep saying so.
Learned sign language at the end to talk to Kay. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that would have been cool if like she's like teaching her sign language as they're trying to get out of this thing.
But we're gonna get like small splatterings of them interacting.
Yeah.
But
I would have liked that other movie a little bit more if it went that way.
The one we're making in our heads is kind of better than the one that was on screen.
Because like, let's write the script. I'm gonna send it out, and we're gonna have a deaf person play. So yeah, we're introduced to their two characters. How do you feel about those two characters? And then we'll talk about the other two characters.
They threw a lot of facts at us about So's family right off the bat.
Oh, like parents are dead.
Yeah,
brother takes care of her. It doesn't matter to. Well,
she's single. She's
brother's
ready
really
to mingle.
Yeah.
And he's a security officer.
Mm-hmm.
They threw it out really. Which the security officer thing was like the random thing because it didn't come up much.
Yeah, I thought they would be like, oh, they ran into him later, and they were like, the police officers understand. Oh, you're a security officer.
Yeah, we're working together.
Yeah.
But no, it was just like a random.
Like I feel like that would have been when he went in. It should have been like, hey, I'm a security officer. I'm looking for my sister. She is missing.
Not I'm just looking for my sister. Very frantic in a tracksuit. Mm-hmm. A Squid Game tracksuit.
Yeah. It was
Ties.
blue. It was blue. How do you feel about Kay?
It started out strong, she had high and low points, but like it was mostly
She started
low
off really
points.
strong. Like I pictured her first of all, her interactions with people were really funny.
I thought she was gonna be like a Charlize Theron kind of character. Very strong, very resourceful. Like
I'm thinking of when she played that one psycho killer lady.
ugly inbred lady.
I have a name. Ugly inbred lady. You know who we're talking about.
That one.
That's who I thought of when you said Charlize Theron.
No, it was more of
or when she played an old man and an old witch in the same movie I once thought was wild. She played like 3 roles in that movie. She played an old man. It was crazy. I'll have to show you that sometime. I think like they should have just wrote her as a resourceful young woman, because like when we're meeting her, she's so fucking. She works in a call center. She video calls bitch, and she's fighting with the other deaf bitches. She's like, "Fuck you, hoe," because the other woman's like, "You bitch, why aren't you helping me?"
And she's like, "I don't know. We just got on this call, bitch. What do you want?" And
Yeah.
It was very attitudey and punchy. But then by the end of it, I'm like.
At like the end of the movie, it just like was like, where did that character go?
Yeah, where was this very confident, very nice person?
I really liked that confident, badass.
Which it came in for a second, like in the middle when she's trying to help behind the thing.
Yeah.
But like her confidence came out for a second and then like went right back to victim.
But there was so much like 30 minutes in between.
Yes. And then all the running.
So much running. I was like really hoping that she was like not gonna be like infantized in this movie, and it kind of turned into that, especially at the end. Like kind of when she triumphants, it kind of still feels like she's being victimized because she doesn't even kill him at the end, you know?
No, it was by someone else. Yeah, I don't know. This is just a very frustrating movie in the sense of it had so much potential, but they did not work towards it, and they went into so many
different directions.
Yeah, that it shouldn't have been in.
Yeah. And then how do you feel about the brother and the mother? Because they're supposed, like how I got it, right? Uh-huh. We're introduced different brother, different mother. I'm feeling like, oh, these two are going to pair up to try and find them. These two are going to pair up to try and like... I thought that's how everything was going to set up. So how do you feel?
I love the mother.
I didn't want anything bad to happen.
No, I wanted her to survive. Which, spoiler alert, was like, she survived.
This was me protecting the mother. Stay behind me. Stay behind me.
Loved her. Like any sense of dread, or like when the music went like dreadful.
Like when he's about to like get his first like attack on somebody, he sees the mother, but then sees the other girl. Like he's about to kill.
Somewhat. So I'm like, no, please, nothing to this older, beautiful
this
woman.
This old lady who's like raising money to like take her daughter on vacation because she's like
who sews and everything, and it's just like very sweet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, please don't kill this mother.
I feel like mother was written fine.
Yes.
Worried mother, like she's not that gullible. Perceptive. Yeah, she's very perceptive.
Daughter doesn't listen to her about these perceptions, which I'm like, I guess most daughters do. I don't know.
Yeah, but I feel like most daughters would be like more rebellious. Yeah. In a way. I don't know. I feel like the mother was written.
The dynamic was really good between the daughter and the mother too.
Like I could see that mother written as anyone. Yeah. Right, and it still makes sense. Like a mother would probably act in the same, like running around like trying to find their kid. But yeah.
And I feel like the brother was.
I feel like he was fine too.
He was fine. Like it wasn't. If he wasn't there, it'd be okay.
I feel like there wasn't enough moments to like connect him with, because since we're not seeing his sister a lot in this movie, we really don't, which is a big missed opportunity.
Yeah.
We're getting him and the other two, and he has more interactions with Kay that are more like conversations, like just conversations in general.
Yeah, or just yelling
at the killer. I don't know, and I feel like there should have been like a little bit more of a connection to where like, hey, this is my phone number.
Yeah, well, I feel like the phone thing and they're very not what's the word, when she uses her phone to communicate at times, and then she'll
With
use
like
a notepad.
people who don't know sign language.
Yeah, or she'll use a notepad, and then at other times we don't see the phone for a while.
Yeah, and we know she still has her phone.
Yeah, it wasn't. What's the word? I hate when this happens.
Useful.
No, it's
Utilized.
No, when it's not done all the way through.
Repetitive.
That's the best I could think of.
Consistent.
Consistent. Yes, it wasn't very consistent with her because she would use her phone.
Yeah, she'd use her phone to talk to people all the time.
And then she'd use a notepad, but then there's scenes where she can just pull out her phone where it would benefit her, right?
Like, so there's one point.
She's in the police department.
Yeah, the girl, his sister's already taken. She's been attacked by him in a mask and a hat. But he switches his identity because I feel like he should have at least put a wig on or something. I don't know. That's why I wish we didn't see the killer. Because imagine if you didn't see what
he had a hat.
Okay, but if he was like totally covered or something like that.
Yeah.
If we didn't see him, right? Then if we saw a guy just in a business suit, like coming up, we wouldn't put together that that's
person.
the killer.
Yeah.
Then it would have been such a reveal. We would have gotten the same reveal time as when they're figuring it out.
Yeah, because he has the same figure and the same hair color. And the same eye color. Like you can.
Yeah, he looks very much the same.
So it's not like that change. It's not Batman. It's not like Batsuit into Bruce Wayne.
But do you see how much it would have been cooler of a reveal if when the mother is finding out, we are also finding out that that's the killer? Since we already know from the beginning what he looks like, it's like, okay, well, we're just wait. That's why it makes it more frustrating for us.
Because we know.
As viewers, because we know.
And it's just irritating. I'm like, there's
anyways,
so many clues, too.
Yeah, He comes in his business suit. He's pretending that he's the brother looking for the sister. They go to the police station. So what happens from there? You were gonna explain. Like her not utilizing writing down.
So there's they go out to get the police officers because the brother comes in and figures out, oh, this is the killer.
Wait, when? Oh, okay. So not to be confused. So the killer is there pretending to be So's brother.
Yes.
And the mother and daughter, they don't know that. So So's actual brother shows up and he's like, oh, you know what happened to my, where she's at.
Yeah, you've seen all
But the frustrating thing is he doesn't say sister in front of him.
Yeah.
And her and the other two people. That's what I don't get. It's like, it could have easily been pieced together. So continue from there.
Yeah. Well, he also threatens the mom because she figures it out.
The stalker killer.
Yeah, the stalker killer figures it out. The mom figures out the stalker killer is the killer because she sees on his phone the other man's sister as the screensaver.
Yeah, she sees So on his phone.
Yeah.
And also it's a white phone. And so she's signing to her daughter like, hey bitch, that's not his phone. And then everything's kind of getting pieced together because he's like, bitch, what the fuck are you saying to your mom? You need to fucking tell me what the fuck you're saying to your mom right now.
Yeah.
And they're like,
nothing's going on. But so they figure that out. The brother of So fights the stalker, and the mother and daughter are out of the building.
Yeah, they leave.
They're trying to find the police.
To the police, going as slow as they fucking can. Which they
they're
don't have their phone. They don't. For some reason, they're not using their phone to be like, hey, the killer's in there. It's actually the guy in the suit. They could have done that instead
easily
of
resolved.
Just
pushing them towards the entrance.
Them, slowly to the entrance.
Well, also, these police officers are not hustling. They do not care.
Well, because they don't know what's happening.
Well, also...
Because they're not writing down... Mom has a phone fucking too.
Also, these police officers are dumb as shit too.
They're very gullible.
They're both reacting how people would not react. Because if someone's pushing me towards the entrance and they look distressed...
They look very distressed. Like
I'd be like, let me get in this building. Or try to figure out what's going on. None of that's happening.
But what happens when they do that, though? When they do lead him into the building, they don't understand what's happening. And he has the brother has a knife up to the killer, and they think that the fucking brother is the bad guy, and they fucking tase him.
Yes.
And here's the thing: they could have written a note.
No.
They could have written a note to the police officers.
It's them.
It's the guy in the business suit.
Yeah.
Who is the killer?
Could have been so easy. They didn't even go inside. They stayed outside.
Yeah, okay, that's the thing I did not like is they leave and then they wait outside and then the fucking killer walks away and he's like, bye. First of all, killer should have rolled credits right there. You should have went home.
But
bitch,
no,
a whole different country.
On the police report, he sees her Kay's home address. And he's like, let me finish this off.
I scratched my own nipple.
Well, on a report, you'll put your name, address. They have to have...
on the police
report.
I thought for some reason you said, like a report on a TV. And I was like, why would they...
No, go.
Sunny, we're going to go to an ad break. And when we come back, we're going to be talking more about midnight. It was giving more like...
dusk.
I was trying to think of something boring. But it wasn't boring. It was more frustrating.
Yeah. We're back from our parkour running. Running.
I used to run a mile every single day.
I didn't do that.
What was do you remember your fastest mile?
Okay. What were we supposed to hit? Was it supposed to be like 14 minutes? Something like that?
I think it was under 12 for the standard.
12. I would hit right under 12.
Okay.
Right under.
My fastest mile was 7 minutes and 50 seconds.
Well, I'm not a runner. I'm more of a jogger, so I would jog the whole thing.
No, I used to like I used to be tennis captain. Like we used to run a mile every single day for practice. And my fastest mile was 7 minutes and 50
I was a
seconds.
theater kid, so we didn't need running.
I tried I probably got close to like 7:40. I was trying so hard to get it under 7.5 minutes.
I was like, I'm trying to do the standard or a little under. I'm not trying to...
Yeah,
I'm not trying to beat records.
Usually it would be like a minute and like 30 to 40 seconds for one lap. So one lap was like 1/4 of a mile. So
I was the kid that...
midnight!
Hey! So they drop Kay and their mom off at their own house. Leave them there. No security. No killers out there.
Yeah, because they realize, the police officers realize after they communicate with the ladies, oh shit, we are so sorry, sir, that we tased you and we let this guy go. And obviously he's fucking mad because he's like, bitch, where the fuck is my sister at? You literally just let this killer leave.
And I can't get no information now. Thanks.
And, okay, we get to a point where, like, the killer, like, first of all, we kind of, like, don't see the mother for a bit because she's going to go do laundry or trash with her friend that shows up to the house.
No, it was their sister.
Oh, okay. I didn't, yeah.
No, she went to go drop off some items at her sister's house. I think it was, like, because she sews. I think it was the garment she was working on.
Yeah, so she like leaves her daughter, which again, why would you do that?
Alone. Why wouldn't you take her? Mm-hmm. Like, it didn't make sense. There's a killer out here, you leave your daughter alone.
Mm-hmm. So daughter is by herself in the house. Killer kind of shows up, attacks her. First of all, I like this. She is thrown out the window, right? And he grabs her by the fucking ponytail. And I was like, damn, this is crazy. I feel like in that house scene, we could have gotten some like badass moments or something. I don't know, like
we could have got better moments.
How it was framed?
His face is in the doorway because he
that's
chops
creepy.
The doorway with an axe.
No, what's creepy is before he does that. So when he has the mom's phone.
Yes.
So he's been texting through the mom. What's creepy is like she's texting him. Because she blockades her own door because she realizes he's in there. Or might be in there. And she's texting the mom like, hey, he's here. And she's like, no, I'm here. Like, why is the door open? So she's panicking, thinking her mom's home. And she's moving her thing. And she's like thinking. And she like opens. The door's open. And she's like looking. And then you look up and he's like in the crack. That was actually pretty creepy. And
then he just keeps repetitively, Mommy wants
you
to open the door. Come inside.
No. Yeah, that was pretty creepy. I will say that.
But yeah, when he's holding her by the ponytail outside the window.
Crazy.
I was like, this is wild.
Yeah, I like that.
This was very
I was hoping that she was going to like pull him down because she was climbing up. I was hoping she was going to pull him down with her.
But also him throwing the axe outside the window trying to hit her.
Yeah, that was crazy too. So we're now in a chase scene and we're thinking this movie's probably almost over. Yeah. And Sonny doesn't have to use the restroom a lot, so
I gotta pee.
She gotta pee. So Sonny was like, "Can we?" Like, I had to use the restroom. I was like, "Okay, we can pause it." And y'all, There was
30 minutes left.
There was like almost 40 minutes left of this movie, and we're like, "What the fuck?"
I think I do for 40 minutes.
For 40 minutes, and it is the same thing. What's going on, Sonny? For
Parkour.
People are just running down.
They're track stars.
Steep fucking roads,
down, up, and they're just running for like 5.
Her brother is involved.
Straight.
Our brother is involved at some points, trying to chase them down because he gets texts he gets texts from Kay that are like, "Hey, he's here.
He's here. He's coming for me. We're running,
and
we're frolicking."
What was so annoying is like he would see them running instead of like running after them to catch up. He would
take a different road.
He would take a different route to.
He's like, I know shortcuts.
Yeah, and he didn't.
Misses 3-4 times.
He didn't know any shortcuts, y'all. It was really bad. At one point, Kay gets cornered by this killer, and the killer is like trying to make a deal with the brother to be like, well, here's where your sister is.
But leave Kay. She's mine now.
Yeah.
Instead of your sister. And we're
like I'll like if I give you sister, I get to kill her, basically.
Yeah, it's the douche move.
He fucking trusts him.
Why would you trust the killer that A, has been lying this whole time?
Literally pulling out, like, fucking Inspector Gadget. But she's like Roger from American Dad with all these different, like, costumes.
Suits, yes. Well,
because he's in a different costume now. He's, like, in cool shirt, button up.
It's like tourist.
Would you have like trusted him?
No.
What would you have done in that situation?
Beat him up. Like, okay.
First of all, if you know the killers, or if there's a killer coming around, I know they don't have guns like that in South Korea, but like, bring a knife.
Yeah, bring something.
Bring something.
Like, I just have a weapon. Make him take you to the spot, because if he's lying, then you know she's not there.
Yeah, he picks up a bike and throws it at him, I think.
Yes.
No,
he threatens him with it.
Oh, he threatens him with it.
And then he's like, don't threaten me, I know where your sister is.
Meanwhile, Kay is over there with a chair. They've been running around for God knows how long.
And she can't read his lips because he's around the corner. She can't see him.
Mm-hmm.
But all she can read is this man saying, is this deal okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, what the fuck?
And then she realizes him. And then he leaves her to basically die. And I'm thinking, okay, something's going to happen there. No, they just cut back and he's just sitting on her with the chair. And I'm like, what happened? Did you just do nothing, girl? Okay, what was going on?
Well, she tries to fight back at the end. She grabs sand and throws it in her.
Yeah, but I'm like, what led up to that moment
where you let him grab the chair and disarm you
and just sit
on
literally
you.
sitting on you. He
knife.
Can't find his sister because he gives him the wrong address. She disarms him, and she's running back to the main scene where she sees
she's dumb because she should have gone to the police department because they know the story by now.
She could have just ran. First of all, when she left her house, run to the fucking police station.
That should have been the first stop.
Yo, don't you know this city, bitch? Why are y'all running around?
Of course not, because she got to a dead end.
If I'm running from someone here,
yeah.
I'm going to be like, I know where to run.
Yes. That makes sense.
You know where you live, bitch. You're not in the fucking woods. So she's running again. She sees the brother's sister
fall out the van.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
she is like,
do I save her or do I not? Because her brother just left me to die.
Mm-hmm.
But she's a lot nicer.
Mm-hmm.
She took her into an alley and hid her behind a wardrobe so they can't see him from the opening.
A wardrobe is such a very... Bitch, this dresser was as fucking wide as this fucking table.
It looked like a locker from high school.
No, it looked like a really bad, like, Walmart, like, you
know
the things with the square, you know the square, like, fabric things that you can pull out? That's like, what it looked like.
We need a prop. Let's just throw this in there.
Yeah.
Something to hide them.
Yeah, that was the prop price for the movie. So, yeah, they're hiding there, and she kind of just takes the initiative to...
They hear the killer, approaching. Well, one of them does. The other one's deaf. So this Son. So signals to Kay that, hey, he's around the corner. Don't make any whimpers or anything.
Which I'm like, how do you know that? I guess she could hear him, but
I see him on the reflection of a screen because she was on the phone. I don't know. It was
because she's not looking at the street.
No. So it was very like, okay, I don't know how you see him, but okay. So
Literally so.
Kay makes the conscious effort of leaving the alley and to be the distraction.
Yeah, she has a knife. She has a little tiny
she's
butter knife. First of all, in his van, he's got costumes.
He's got machetes, he's got chains, he's got like nunchucks.
Hanging in a fucking box.
Everywhere.
No protection, just there.
And she's like, let me take this butter knife. That's what we're getting for it. But she's the distraction. She hits a button that signals the police in this area.
I like
it
that.
Flashes.
Well, I mean, I like that safety procedure.
Runs.
I like when places have that.
If it works, because, you know, it didn't work the first time.
Well, she can't hear them saying,
asking,
like, hey, please
what's
communicate what's going on. Which, that's a fault in the system. Maybe we should tackle that issue, y'all. But she's running again into downtown, the big city, which was
no one's helping her.
One street. So they go downtown. Which makes
around all these people.
Around all these people, they make it seem like going downtown. He's like, no one will ever help you here because you're stupid. That's why I'm like, where are we going with this movie?
I feel the reaction wasn't what most people would do. Because if I see a girl that's
clearly in distress,
covered in blood, has a knife, and she's like mumbling, I'm gonna be like, either.
And she is like kind of mute, so she doesn't speak.
Yeah, she can do like. She can kind of speak, but it's like cut off and like very jumbled. But like if I see that, the first thing I'm gonna be like, let me call the cops.
Or like, hey, this girl is like, clearly
something's going on.
And is pointing at this guy that's like,
yeah,
no.
So like something's going on.
Mm-hmm.
She needs something to help her. She's not. I don't think she'd be the killer.
Mm-hmm.
But and then the killer like randomly walks up because. This man is trying to call 911. Mm-hmm. The only helpful thing he's
snatches the phone at him and like, bitch. And he's like, oh, well, that's my sister.
And then if she's like pointing at him with a knife and being like this in distress, I wouldn't be like, yeah, she needs to go home with him. He's going to help
Meanwhile,
her.
he's covered in some blood too.
Yeah.
He like stabs himself
Yeah,
at
he has
one
a
point.
wound neck. So, a wound neck. A
wound
neck.
Boop.
Has a neck wound. So like it's not the best situation.
Wound neck.
Wound neck. Shut up.
We're down here in the boy. We got that wound neck.
So these three military men see this.
Oh my god.
And pick her up like a sack of potatoes and like hands them to her.
Bitch, hands to him. Hands her to him.
And she's like,
here's your sister.
She's like grabbing his leg going, no. And we're like, clearly.
Like, how are we supposed to, I don't know. This part of the movie just seemed very, like, we could have done something different for the third act. Because now we're in a situation where it's like, oh, we went from I'm going to kill you to be like, oh, now I'm going to kill your mom. And then now there's a fight between the brother again and him. And somehow the brother trusts that he
is
knocked this guy out. This guy clearly has, like, moments where he's just lying a lot. Why would you finish the job? Yeah. I don't know.
Like, he just turns his back on the killer to check on this girl. I would have killed the killer by then. Because he has a knife.
Something?
Yes.
Can I say something?
Yes.
So her speech, when she's like, I wanna travel with my mom. I want to live a life. I haven't lived a life. She's saying this to the killer, right? Here's my thing. Because that speech is really nice, right?
Yes.
It would have been better if she was saying it to his sister.
Yes.
Like, I don't want to die.
Killer.
It doesn't make sense to tell all this to the killer because the killer doesn't give a fuck. He just takes her to an alley for some reason instead of somewhere else. And it's just saying, like, how much he's going to fucking kill her and her mom. But so her speech is really heartfelt because she's saying, like, please don't kill me. And she's verbally trying to speak this so he can understand. So she's clearly understanding. She's saying how much she wants to
have a family.
She wants to have a family. She wants to have kids. She's never had kids. Like, she doesn't have like a partner. She wants to have a family. She's done all this. She wants to do all these things she hasn't done. Please don't kill me. Like, whatever. I'm like, why aren't you saying that to someone else that would be like, if she had that relationship with that girl that whole time, she doesn't. So that's what frustrates me is like, there's the potential to have so much going on with this movie, but it's just misused. Yes. I don't know. Because that speech, it is sad. Yes. You know?
It's a very heartfelt. She's like, I want kids. I want, like, to see the world. I want to do stuff. And, like, it's just, it's it's just thrown to the wrong person.
Yeah.
It didn't leave an impact now because we're like, why are you telling him this?
Because I'm thinking, girl, what is this going to do? Nothing.
Yeah, he's killed like at least one person.
No,
like
2 people. He's already killed 2 people.
Well, that she knows of. She only knows about the sister.
Well, no, she knows that she is still alive. At that point, she has seen her.
But also, he's seen him be.
By the way, at this point, the sister is good. She's gone to the hospital. She's
fine. Which also anticlimactic.
Anticlimactic. That's like we needed this movie to be focusing on them two.
Yes.
And like going together and like her confiding in herself, like maybe something that's like, people don't see me having a family.
Yeah.
People don't see me wanting to have kids. I want to have kids.
That
I want to be around my mom.
To
that would
the
have been an
sister.
amazing speech.
But to this killer
To a killer
does not
who
care.
doesn't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck.
Damn.
He gets overpowered at one point. He now like
again.
going. He's now going, and it's the same place. We're still in the same strip that they paid for this movie, and he's now seeing the mom. And the mom's like, "Go over in the alley. Your daughter's over there." And I'm thinking, "Mama,
don't do it.
Mama, don't
trust this man. You know that was the only dumb move on her part. Where I'm like, this doesn't seem like something she would do because she's very insightful. She's very, like, you can tell.
Yeah, she's very smart.
She's very smart. She's pieced things together. I don't think she would go to a dark alley and be like...
Yeah.
But I guess the love of your child kind of, like...
But, I don't know.
Girl,
bring a weapon.
So Kay just runs towards him with a knife. And we think she's going to stab him.
Mm-hmm. Which I do kind of like this reveal in a way.
Yeah. She stabs herself.
Like, she runs into him and stabs herself.
Yeah. So it looks like he stabbed her when she's backing away.
Because he's been using, like, mind games.
And gaslighting.
And gaslighting her. So it's like, bitch, how can you gaslight everyone around here? I'm stabbed with the knife in me.
And you have the knife,
in your hand. And he's, like, thinking to himself, like, he always thinks, like, how he can get out of things.
Yeah. He's like, focus. And people are seeing
bitch,
him
when
as
you
crazy
start hitting
now.
yourself in the head in a group of people, mama, I ain't gonna trust you.
No. So he's finally in a position where he can't get out of it.
Yeah, and like
in a
20
public
people
area
are like surrounding him.
Yes, they're scared of him.
Meanwhile, Miss Thing is on the floor bleeding, and everyone
is not helping him.
Sorry, I didn't realize that my notifications are still on. Yeah, they kind of all are crowding around. I'm like, can they help this girl who's bleeding on the floor? But the police show up. Police shoot him once
in the leg. So,
which I'm like,
yeah.
Maybe people need to do that in other countries.
But he gets up like he's normal.
Charges at her.
They shoot him 4 more times.
Bitch, he is Swiss cheese.
He has PCP. That's what he has.
Yeah, he's got to be zooted on something. And you're thinking, okay, whatever.
He's down. He
gets up and running, and then the brother comes out and tackles him. I'm like, what is going on?
And then he finally dies from a tackle.
Maybe there might be a sequel. Oh, God, I hope that's written a little bit better. But this movie is just like...
And there's so many avenues they could have done that would have made it better, that would have killed some running scenes, because running scenes is like 30 minutes.
No.
If you add them all up.
I would say it's definitely probably like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
When you think
still
about
a lot.
Yeah, still a lot of like, why are we just running back and forth? And it's probably small, but we don't know the budget. But I feel like, I don't know, we could have done
a lot better.
Okay, so script doctor, because this is what this podcast is turning into. Script doctor meet is like, well, let's say they both get kidnapped, right?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like how it was turning out to be. Because I'm thinking when she's in the parking garage earlier on, I was like, oh, this is when she's gonna get taken.
Yeah.
No, if we're gonna, how I would originally fix it. She gets taken there. Now the two of them are together. They have to find a way to get out of this, and maybe they're in a house or in a area they're not familiar with,
something
where it's hard to get out of that certain location.
Yes.
Not running all over the place.
Yes.
I feel like that would have been good, so we can get a stronger bond between the two characters, because I felt like they were going to be the main characters,
and then brother could actually play detective.
Yes, with the mom,
so
and
we'll
like
have more interaction between the characters, because other than running and like just saying, where are my people, they weren't really communicating with each other.
Yeah, and I understand there's like a barrier there, but it's like, that's why it would have been cool if we see like the sister is like she's learning something, so she can communicate that with
her,
where So can communicate with Kay about something. That would have been like, okay, she's like learning stuff.
Yeah, so
like
they can
even
talk
like where they have a cute moment
too.
where they're like, I'm like, what does like this mean? It's like, it means like you have pretty hair or something. Like, you know, something like that where it's like, this is really
something
cute.
useful.
Number 2, if we're going that route, or if we're not going to go that route, we need to have, regardless of which route we're going, if we're going to take my route where we have them bonding or not, we need to be playing up that she's not just like helpless.
Yeah.
And I don't like that because in this context of someone who is hard of hearing, people already kind of look at people who are hard of hearing as it's such a handicap to them that they're not able to function alone in society.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Like, for me personally, I do not like that because it puts something in viewers' minds who might not be seeing someone who's deaf on TV or in movies. That's their only perception that they get.
Or start her off as shy, not like infantile, but shy, and build her confidence in doing all these wonderful things by the end of it. Because they make her so strong at the beginning, like, and they make her infantile by the end of it.
Mm-hmm. Or like even just like, and she doesn't have to be like successful in everything. Yeah. But moments where it's triumphant, where it's like, hey, yeah, just because I'm deaf doesn't mean that like I can't do this stuff. Yes. And that's how it seemed in this movie. It seemed like in this movie where it was like, yeah, she's deaf and that's why she can't do that, and that's why it really bothers me. It really does. Yeah. So that's like how I would kind of like fix that a little bit. Don't show us what he looks like in the beginning. I like the idea of like you just see a silhouette of a man. Maybe because he has the lights in his van. You just see the silhouette of his face and just the lights.
Or hide it better, like full face mask, glasses, hoodie.
Not glasses with a whole full. You're like, what is it called? Morph suit, glasses, eye contacts, right over it. Googly eyes with the slinky.
Contacts would be good. Something like change his features somehow. Prosthetics.
No, I don't think
mask.
I don't think it has to be that crazy. A Halloween mask would have been crazy and fun, but just like even just having him completely like cloaked in like darkness, a ski mask or something where you can't see anything.
A morph suit.
I just said that.
Wild. Would have been great.
But, you know, like, layer it to where you don't see what he looks like at some point. So when you see a friendly business guy saying he's looking for his sister, or maybe we don't know he's looking for his sister. He's like, maybe he was like, I'm the blind date. I was supposed to meet up with her, right? Yeah. If we were supposed to meet up, like, oh, wait, we're thinking, he's the date, right? Yeah. Which actually, it would have been cool if he was the date and he was luring her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we don't know how she disappeared, like, how he found her.
Yeah.
It doesn't show it.
It was just like she was in the same street, really. Yeah. But if he turned out to be the blind date, then that would have been cool. Because then they don't know, like, hey, I was supposed to meet your sister. He could have even said that to the brother. I was supposed to meet your sister for a blind date. I don't know where she is. Like, where does like?
It would have made so much better.
She never communicated with me. She was supposed to be here.
Yeah.
That would, and then we're like, maybe we're like rooting for like, oh, maybe this business guy is like here to help us, right? And then we find out he is the psycho. Like he's the stalker.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been like if we're gonna go down that route.
Let's do it better. Yeah.
That would have been so much better. Now, what is Sunny's script writing? Sunny's script doctor.
Okay, so
we're script writing this movie. We're an hour in. We're script writing. So 20 minutes of us talking about nothing.
Hide his identity at the beginning.
Okay.
I want to see how the sister got kidnapped. Also. Mm-hmm. I want to see that
scene. Like her initial attack, because she was in that alleyway where she like was throwing the shoes out.
Yeah, no, her initial how she got in the van initially. Mm-hmm. Like I want to see that scene because they showed how the random first woman got kidnapped. Mm-hmm. Why didn't they show hers? I want them to use the security job of her brother better. Mm-hmm. Like.
His resourcefulness.
I don't know if he's a security guard or a cop.
Or is he a track star?
Yeah, is he a cop, a security guard? Because they didn't really say which. And also, if he was a cop, why wouldn't he know the other cops in the area? Like, those cops should have known.
Here's another thing, Sonny. Don't make him a security guard. Make him like a failed track star, right?
Something.
No, like so.
Yeah, so all this running
where he can never catch up, and then when he tackles that dude at the end, he's like,
his victory.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it would make more sense
if he was just like a runner, like a failed runner. It's like I never made our parents proud before they died.
Yeah,
I never won.
And make K and So.
Not Co. Not the ship
the
name.
Ship name. Make Co. Make them like a partnership. Make them go through all the trials together, and make her be her backup. Because if not, she's just there.
Yeah.
And it didn't like make sense. She was just like a throwaway character.
So
yeah,
she really was. And
if
she
she
had a
wasn't in the
decent personality. I really
Yeah.
liked her. I really was expecting a lot from her, and she just is nothing so far.
Yeah.
But I'm about to script write a better movie. It's gonna be
Something.
called fucking Dawn. I don't know. What
And
dusk?
like now, what's with their call center job? Like, what happened after that?
Oh yeah, because they did hit like some business meeting.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know.
what happened to those business people?
I feel
you
like
coulda
that didn't
showed
matter.
her. Yeah, but you could have showed her like teaching a class on like sign language or something at the end. I don't know. The vacation was kind of thrown in there too.
The what?
The vacation.
I feel like the vacation was fine because the whole point was like she wants to go
wants
on
to
this
live
trip
more.
with her mom. Like
Yeah, and
I
I,
like that
I want
speech
that
again.
speech to sew. I want that speech to sew
to
because it would have
so
been
or like
so
maybe
much
to her
better.
or to the brother. Like
Someone better, not her mom. I don't think it would have. It would have been.
yeah, because it's like yeah, bitch, me too. Like
Yeah,
I want that for you.
for you.
Yeah.
That's all it would have been. But like, that's what I want. The rest, I guess, it's okay. It's all right.
Less running.
Let's run it.
Have that. I'm like, if we're gonna have them in a different like
Better
location,
fight scenes.
like have them in like an abandoned school or something like that, where it's hard for them to get out. It doesn't have to
Yeah.
be booby trapped. It's not fucking Saw, but like where there's like maybe other victims there, and like maybe one of the victims passes away, like dies or something. They're trying to
Yeah.
help her, and she passes away because we don't really see anyone else die in this movie except at the very beginning and the
Very
and the end. And a movie does not need 30,000 fucking people dying in it, but throwing in someone in the middle, maybe we get to connect with someone that they're like the two girls are trapped with some other girl.
Yeah.
And
They hear her story
and
and
she passes away later in the movie when they try to help her. Then it could be like a more like sad moment.
Yeah, maybe
and
not
then-
kill the first girl. Have her trapped.
Yeah, but then
And
she like dies later.
And then she dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, have that. So it kind of connects.
Like the movie, like it could have ended. That first scene could have ended with her getting pulled in the van and then slammed it. It didn't need to do like the police officer coming up and
finding and
that's what I mean. We
smoking
don't need to
cigarette.
see that. That scene didn't make really
much sense.
that he. The only thing it really said was that he's a liar. And
Yeah. That's it.
yeah, there could have been so much.
So much
I like our
potential.
idea.
Ugh.
Like literally keep the same characters, just shift them around.
Yeah. I don't know. Good initiative, bad
And have deaf
execution.
people, deaf actors would be
Yeah.
nice.
That would
I
be
like the idea of like the two girls like pairing up and like
Yeah.
no matter the language barrier, they like
They
figure
get
things
through
out
it.
and they get through it.
I don't know. It just went in the dumbest ways that just frustrated us.
It felt like I was watching a football game. No,
Yeah, maybe. No.
literally,
I was like, the fuck? My emotions were everywhere. I'm like,
very, very much so. But that was this movie. Do you think you would
Midnight.
survive it?
yes, there's no sleeping.
Well, but do you think you could outrun him? He was pretty fast.
I don't think I could outrun him. I can outhit him though. That they didn't utilize their space.
Well, you would have been like listening to your headphones walking, and he would have just came up and like stabbed you
No, because I look for shadows.
at night.
Yeah. Even with headphones in, I look down and I look for shadows.
He's coming behind you.
Okay. You can still see a shadow.
Depending on where the light's coming from.
If there's no shadow, I look around a lot. I'm very paranoid. I take one headphone out.
you walk around.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you would have got bitch. He probably would have got
Have you
me.
got? Yeah, because
He would've got
You
me.
don't run a lot.
I do run a lot. He's just faster than me.
Hey, they were like,
Cindy, this is a skeleton. First of all, going down roads,
fast,
bitch,
scary.
my knees would get fucked up and I would just fall.
Yeah, no,
I would die
barrel.
from barrel rolling and hitting my fucking body. That's how we feel. That was this movie. Yeah, I don't think I would survive it, but it was a movie. I would give it like a 6 out of 10, honestly.
Give it more of a 5. It's like middle of the road for me. It's not.
I
The worst,
think
but it's not.
IMDb was 6 out of 10, so I like before even seeing that, I was like, oh yeah, that
I
makes
can
sense. Sonny, where can we find you?
You can find me at Official Sunny Daze. That's OFFICIALSUNNYDAZE on Instagram and Sunny Days on Facebook.
LMNOP. And your Pokemon friend code is going to be in the
Terrah,
description.
yeah, Terrah will put it in there.
Yeah. And
Send me a request.
I'm Terrah Card. That's TerrahCard. You can find me under most platforms, like hopefully still TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram under that name.
I love how your TikTok got going, and they're like, "No, Terrah."
That's what happened with Vine.
Oh, and then
When I started going up on Vine, I think I had I was starting to get a lot more followers. Like one of my videos had like 200,000 likes.
Nice.
Then they took Vine down. I was in a Vine compilation. Someone sent me. They were like, "There's a video of you in this Vine compilation."
Is it you sewing or something?
No, this was way before I would sew.
What would you do? Wait.
No, it was just like regular me
When
I was a twink. Yeah, you can follow this podcast on most platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Leave a rating and review on those. That really helps out a lot. Share this podcast with your friends. We're hoping the audio quality is a lot better now.
Last time.
If I edit this and it is bad, I'm going to feel so bad about myself. But if you want to support this podcast, because I honestly could really use the support right now with something that happened lately, you can for as low as $1 a month.
Hopefully everything. We got these mic stands now.
We got the microphone stand, second microphone. We got a table to put it on.
We have this beatbox film thing.
It's to help with plosives. Yeah, and you can support this podcast for $1, $3, or $7. The $7 tier is the pee poo poo tier, and you get your name right out on the podcast, like Miss Titty City, Fawn X, Caitlin B, Kiki, Pobre, Sunny Day, Zincat, Winnie, Shayna, as well as Rebecca Carlson. So if you want to be like them, you can support us on the Patreon. It really does help a lot. It really does. So the life be hard, and it does support with the continuation of the podcast. So yeah.
Very nice.
Anything you want to leave off on?
We got some tasteful side boobs this episode.
You really did. I hope that's gonna be okay for monetization.
But no nip, so don't demonetize us.
I think they probably did. Oh. Yeah, I'm Terrah Card.
I'm Sunny Daze.
And make sure you
stay
on
the line. Pew.
You know what I just realized? So I was like, I don't know where my water bottle went. I don't think I ever got one.
Maybe you just thought mine was yours.
No, because I remember opening the fridge and grabbing something, but it was I took the juice. Now that I remember, I drank some juice. And I drank straight from it because I'm the only person who drinks it. And I'm a bad bitch.
Maybe I want some juice. Why can't I have juice? It's because I'm brown.
You got water, which is better, honestly.
Wow.
Like I was just at the gym. Going from the gym to home, what sounds more refreshing? Like just like juice or cold water?
Juice.
No.
Wait, no. You're right. Yeah, water does taste better from the gym.
That's like running a.
It's behind your. There you go.
Running a fucking mile and then being like, I want some juice.
Milkshake.
Bitch. No, we're not doing that.
Why not? I can have a milkshake.
No. Okay.
Steak and Shake is right.
Okay, we gotta drink our water now so we can stop. Hold on, let me put my corset on.
So I peeled a cutie and now my hand smells like orange.
I was like, what's his name? A cutie. Oh, hold on. This is gonna bother me.
That's uneven.
That's uneven with the picture right there. Oh, that's so much better.
She got the juice.
Lady Fest, yeah, we were there.
Yes. Yeah,
what is Lady Fest, if you want to describe it for...
It is an event that happens in Pensacola yearly where they get different local acts and different programs. They can sell their wares and they perform for a cover charge. Mm-hmm. And it goes to...
It highlights women, feminine people.
Feminism. Very beautiful program.
That was their 10-year.
Yeah.
10 years of Lady Fest. And we were... one of the shows on there. It just says drag show. I wish it had like our names, but at least
that's something.
At least we were in the. I just burped and I just know I'm gonna hear that later. At least we were in the forum.
It's very nice, very very nice. Fun fact: one of the people who run it was my program director when I went to medical school.
Oh, okay, work.
Yeah, very nice.
Melody or Ashley?
Ashley.
Ashley, okay. I already forgot what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you something. Completely forgot it. Now it's going to like low-key bother me.
I have no idea.
It's gonna bother me so
Well, you didn't start the
bad.
sentence, so I have no idea.
I know. Oh my god, it's gonna bother me so freaking
It's
bad.
gonna be like 1 a.m. You're gonna yell at me like,
Yeah.
it was this.
Yeah. Well, we watched a movie yesterday, so
We
that was
did.
something. Oh, I think it was about something in regards to like our day. No, I don't remember. We had better. Well, we should have our microphone should have be goodly. It should be better.
Goodly.
Should be better. We don't have to be as loud.
Yeah, that's the good thing.
Me looking into the camera like, baby, I don't need to be that
Yeah.
loud. We might. I can see myself kind of peeking a little bit, but that's, it builds character.
That's it.
Sleeping Beauty was like 14 years old.
Let's talk about it. All of these Disney princesses were underage when they got kissed by a stranger.
Let's talk about that. Hold on.
They're all underage.
Sleeping.
Because like Ariel was 15, I believe.
Yeah, and what's his name was like 18 or something.
Yeah.
Sleeping Beauty was 16 and Philip was 20.
Yeah.
Freak.
Kiss
Hold
her.
on. We got the link here. This has nothing to do with. You know what? This is horror. This is horrific.
Well, if you think of the original fairy tales, yeah, they were horrific.
First of all, not a good example, but John Smith and Pocahontas. John Smith was 20 and Pocahontas was 18. So I guess
The only of age
that's
person.
something nice. No. Tatiana and Prince Naveen, 19 and 21. So
Yeah, she's a full grown. She's a full grown.
That sounds creepy.
She's a full grown person.
How old was? Ew.
Snow White was 13 when she
14. How old do you think the prince
28.
was? 31.
Ew!
Prison, mama. Okay, Hercules. Meg was 28.
How old was Hercules?
18.
She's a cougar.
Cougar. Oh my god.
Still a little creepy, but at least he was 18.
Yeah, most of them are pretty
Young.
deep. Well, they're actually like Belle was 17. The Beast was 21.
Okay, and it's still
I
creepy,
think
but
that's okay in
closer.
the UK. I would say the Sleeping Beauty or Snow White. Sorry, Snow White. That
no.
one. Eric and Ariel 16 and 18.
Yeah, closer.
Jasmine was 15.
What?
Aladdin and Princess Jasmine, she was 15.
How was he?
18. That's
So creepy.
That's like when in high school. We're gonna talk about a horror movie soon, y'all. In high school, like I remember, like one of the
Freshmen and
seniors.
seniors?
No, it was like a senior and a fucking 8th grade. Cause like I lived in an area where like the middle school and high school were like together.
Oh.
And like he was like dating an 8th grader. I was like,
Ew.
is this allowed? There's also a rumor going around that the 8th graders were putting popsicles up their ass, and I was like, what is going on? And I never had sex in high school. I was like, what is going on?
They were the rocket
Who
pops.
started this? Pop Rocks?
I said, oh,
No. What did you? Were you
okay.
saying,
So there was they would do pop rocks in the mouth while giving oral.
bitch, I don't want a fucking 4th of July. Here comes the big fireworks. Bitch, what if someone put Pop Rocks in their pussy?
Wow, that'd be scary.
Boom, boom, boom. Bitch, I would feel like I'm frying shit down there. I don't know. If someone put Pop Rocks in my ass. So.
Well, other thing, it could give you an infection.
Yeah.
If it goes in the pee hole, so.
Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Okay. Baby, I wear a mask at work and people still recognize me. Literally, this girl came into my work today and was like, hey, I had this college class with you. And I was like, how the fuck do you remember that? I haven't been to school in 4 years.
How do you know my face?
Yeah. She just saw my eyes and was like, hey, I had a class with you.
She likes your eyes.
Well, I was
I
like, well,
remember
how do
those.
people remember me? And I was like, you know what? I was that person that was like, I'm going to give my teacher, like, I'm going to take the bait of the teacher. Because the
Not the
teacher,
bait.
in most colleges, teachers will be talking to a room and no one will respond back to them. And they're like, anyone going to respond? So I'm like, you know
Well,
what? I was
not
like,
us.
let me practice my improv. I was like, let me just be like, yes, I
Not
understand.
medical school. Like, we have to yell shit out.
Like, back to them?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But like in most like regular
College,
college
yeah,
classes,
they won't say
the
anything.
college students are just like staring at them, and I would be the person that's like, yes,
And.
literally,
Yes.
say that shit with your chest.